So some of you guys might know the Hallow app is basically a Christian meditation and prayer app. It's like a mindfulness sort of thing in that trend, but make it Christian. So they have a lot of people do voiceovers for them. They record like audiobooks. They record Bible stories, sleep stories, prayers, all kinds of things. The Rosary. They have Mark Wahlberg on it. Jonathan Rumi.
Mario Lopez.
Mario Lopez is on
Yeah.
it? Okay. Lots of different celebrities, influencers, YouTubers, podcasters, whatever. And they recently got Liam Neeson to do a collaboration with them for an Advent series that is themed after C.S. Lewis. And he's fitting for that because he was the voice of Aslan in the Chronicles of Narnia. So it just seemed like a perfect fit. But a lot of people were angry about this because Liam Neeson has a history of being an outspoken pro-abortion activist. And that does not align with the values of the majority, I would assume, of Hallow's customer base that are pro-life.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really make sense other than they were getting a little too excited at the idea of working with Liam Neeson.
Yeah, like maybe they just didn't do their due diligence.
Yeah, it says, we're thrilled to... Oh, this is a statement from their CEO, whose name is Alex Jones. He's just not that Alex Jones. It must suck to be named Alex Jones on Twitter because you're just going to be shadow banned no matter what.
Everywhere you go.
We were thrilled with the opportunity to partner with Liam as a voice actor, primarily because of his powerful portrayal of Aslan, C.S. Lewis's representation of Christ. All that being said, we do not stand behind or claim to endorse any of the personal views or political opinions of the actors on the app. Liam, Jonathan, and many dozens of other actors on the app are actors, not theologians, and Hallow is partnering with them because of their talent as voice actors.
Ooh, so is this kind of one of those things where, like, if you want to get into the mainstream, you got to sell your soul a little bit at a time? So they accept it this one time, then the next time there's gonna...
People who have the Hallow app are talking about deleting it. They're saying they're not happy with this explanation that they've given. And honestly, I kind of agree. It doesn't make any sense.
This works for the mainstream. It doesn't work when you have a niche fan base or a niche customer base.
Remember everyone's reaction when that behind the scenes video was posted from The Chosen and one of the crew members had staged some kind of little protest where they were waving a rainbow flag around on set?
I don't remember it being
They don't
a
have an
protest.
option to fire this guy because he's obviously looking for a lawsuit, for a discrimination lawsuit. They can't fire him.
Right.
And they can't tell him to not display that on set either. That's a lawsuit. So everyone got mad and was like, boycott The Chosen. But it's like they don't have a choice. This is a different situation. They easily could have looked into Liam Neeson's actual beliefs. And it's not asking someone to be a theologian if you're just a Catholic who believes what the Catholic Church teaches. That's not being a theologian. That's just being Catholic.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Who would they replace Liam Neeson with then? Who could they even get to...
Well, theoretically, he was kind of a good choice for this.
Yes, but I'm saying
Having
if you want
played
them to
Aslan, but
actually... If
Jonathan
you want them,
Rumi is on a lot of these things, so...
Yeah. I don't know about any other actors that would
Yeah.
necessarily fall in line with this because it's such a sensitive subject for a lot of them.
For a lot of Catholics.
Like I mean, I guess
Catholic
you can get Kevin Sorbo or Dean Cain. In fact, I don't even know if I know they're considered conservative, but these days I don't know what that actually even means anymore. I think both of them are pretty pro-life because they're religious, but like for the average one, there are still plenty that are
Birth control alarm.
Birth control alarm.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No.
Inside joke. But you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of actors that they would be able to try and get, but it also sucks that you have to then lay out all your beliefs to them beforehand, but it kind of makes sense because of the purpose of the app.
But I have to be honest, if they got Lana Del Rey to do an audiobook on Hallow, I know that she's pro-choice and liberal and everything.
You'd
but
be okay with it?
Grew up Catholic.
Yeah.
I would be more willing to forgive. I would be, but I'm not like a Liam Neeson stan or whatever.
Well, I love those Taken movies.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if there's a bunch of people out there who like feel the same way though. They're like, oh, for Liam Neeson, I don't really care. You know, like I'll make an exception for Liam.
Yeah.
there are some old dads out there who are like, look, I love those Taken movies. He was great in Schindler's List.
Yeah.
Like
Classic.
that's what they're saying. Like he was great in Schindler's List. Let's have him be a spokesperson for this.
Someone in the
company.
replies asked, how hard is it to hire faithful Catholics? And I would answer, it's probably pretty hard.
Yeah.
If you're looking for star power, yeah.
Is Justin Bieber a pro-choice, pro-life? I have no idea.
I don't know if you would want to do this.
No, he would have to buy the app from them. He could literally buy that app like 10,000 times over.
Yeah.
He's so rich. Also, like Liam Neeson kind of skirted the criticism. Remember when he had that unfortunate interview where he talked about like roaming around looking for the guy who like attacked his family member?
Oh yeah.
And then like he got like a little
He got
bit
in trouble because the guy was black, right?
Yeah, and he basically said that I was going around looking for a guy who looked like this guy, and everybody else who understood that we were in the middle of 2020 at the time were like, you can't really
Wait, isn't he also the guy that keeps peeing himself?
Yes.
Wait, what?
That's a bad look for Hallow.
There's you can find endless photos of Liam Neeson leaving restaurants.
He's just
with
leaking.
Just shit on his pants. Well, piss
Not
on his
shit.
pants. Yes, you know what I'm saying. Like
Specifically,
Confirmed?
he's always having
Has it ever been
paparazzi
addressed?
photos of him
I
where
don't-
he's peed himself.
What?
I
Like
don't
just
know if it's-
openly doing this. He doesn't carry an extra pair of pants around. He doesn't have a backup plan. He's just like, fuck it, I'm Liam Neeson.
He's just old
Deal
and
with it.
senile. Like
He's not senile.
There's literally a Reddit thread called "Why Does Liam Neeson Pee His
just
Pants?"
wear
so
a
much?
diaper, bro. Like if you have an issue,
Maybe
so
he's
shocking
just-
to me.
maybe
The
he's
guy
getting
from
get a
spanked.
Depends sponsorship, not a
Yeah.
Hallow sponsorship.
for real, man. Like
It's like
Sorry to say it, but
like somebody's like, I think he spilled drinks on himself.
once
I'm
we
like,
get
bro.
to the fourth time that this has happened, maybe we need to like come up with a plan for this. Like, yikes. He's not even that old, is he?
I was about to look up how old he
He's
is.
only in his like 60s, right?
Somebody said he could have incontinence. He should go to his doctor. Well, maybe he's got that Hallow sponsorship. He can afford to go to his doctor now. He can go ahead.
I'm
and do
sure
that.
he could before.
Who would you hire? Who would you hire in place of him then? There's got to be at least some actor you can think of, or somebody who's fairly religiously faithful that you would put in that role. Alexa Panavega from Spy Kids. She's like gets articles written by Fox News every so often about how she moved out to Hawaii with her husband to practice their faith. I would assume that has something to do with being pro-life, and she's much
Right.
younger and hipper. Not as
Von D,
famous,
hipper.
but
Kat Von D just converted, or
Oh,
yeah,
that
she
would
was
be
just
cool.
baptized. Yeah,
She has a nice voice.
they could do that. Wait, does Kat Von D like?
But you have to be careful with all of these people. They have reputations and public platforms of their own, and you can't govern what they do with them.
right.
It's difficult. It is difficult.
And Liam Neeson is huge.
Yeah,
He's definitely still
that's a
bigger than
big deal.
both of them.
Yeah.
So they just got a little too excited at the idea of working with him and didn't think about the consequences.
Do you think it'll hurt the app? Oh, yeah.
People are talking about getting rid of the app over this. So
I think that's it's a little dramatic.
Is
in my
that the one
opinion,
that
but I
Mark
get it.
Wahlberg was always promoting?
yeah.
Okay, where he's like at the gym.
Wake up, pray up.
Yeah.
Who?
Like maybe what
Mark
they do,
Wahlberg.
they just double up and get two of Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Like
Mark
everybody-
Wahlberg's clone.
Yeah, they just clone Mark Wahlberg and have him do it.
He's done
because
plenty
One of
of
his
stuff for
brothers.
them, though.
He's Mark Wahlberg is hilarious.
There's like 4 Wahlbergs, aren't there?
Someone said Morgan Freeman.
I don't know.
I
if
don't think
Donnie
Morgan
Wahlberg
Freeman is Christian, is he?
Denzel Washington is nominally Catholic, or is Catholic, I believe, and talks about God on a regular basis. So maybe they get Denzel Washington to do it. But the problem is that that throws his hat in the ring, and he's made a pretty big career of just being religious but not outspoken.
But does that imply that everyone after they replaced Liam Neeson is pro-life?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Very few people are willing to take
So
that
maybe
line.
so maybe there's a middle ground here where it's not necessarily that you have to be pro-life, but you're just not outspoken about being pro-choice. Maybe you've just never spoken on it.
Sure.
So the idea would be find a
That's
celebrity
different.
and then not ask them.
Liam Neeson has been like very outspoken about like pro-choice activism, especially in Ireland, which is a historically Catholic
Mel Gibson?
country. Mel Gibson. I think they might have already.
Jim Caviezel would be good.
I think they might have already worked with them. So
all of those guys would be good choices.
If you look at the list of Hollywood actors that would be willing to do something like this, it's pretty short.
The problem with that's the problem, right? Is like this was why I felt bad for those actors who got hired or who were on those movies that got bought by the Daily Wire. Like now they have to be like, I don't work for them.
I didn't know that was going to happen.
They got sold there. I'm not like, who's Ben Shapiro? I don't know who that is. Like, what do you mean facts don't care about your feelings? I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, they're then going to be broad brushed as being like conservatives, even if they're not. And I don't want that for either side. I don't want these industries to be ghettoized where you're like now the conservative actor.
Is Mark Wahlberg really seen that way?
I think because of the money and influence that he has in the industry, he's kind of like a Mel Gibson where he gets to do big projects anyways. But Jim Caviezel will absolutely from now on be seen that way. Even though he was a pretty big star back in the day and did plenty of other mainstream projects, like a lot of them, they end up getting labeled that way because they made so many faith-based films.
Yeah, that's why he was so hesitant to do Passion of the Christ in the first place.
Yeah, Mel Gibson called him and said, "Want to ruin your career with me?" Because he knew that this was going to happen.
I've got a Hallow collaboration.
Wait, are you going to see the sequel when it comes out?
For
Passion
Sound
of the
Freedom?
Christ? No, Passion of the Christ 2 Electric
Passion
Boogaloo.
of the Christ.
Wait, what?
It's not called that,
I'll watch it. I don't want to get my hopes up for anything coming out of Hollywood.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.